collar lately. Ooh, and another screen we've got up and running. Haha. And, yeah, it's coming on. We got a bit of an unboxing. Ooh, what's this, you might be saying? Fire Department New York? I think we can serve that one just well. Unboxing today though, all 13 inches of it. Swing, swing. We'll get to that in a minute. You know the old saying though. If the t-shirt fits and all that, you wear it, don't you? Bit open. Quick glug. I think you know what's going to happen. Where's old Bernie? I'm still working on Bernie as well, actually. But Bernie is about. Yo, Bernie, I got one for you before we get to the old 13 inch. Bernie, oi. Always saying he's here. He's here. There we are. That's that one done. Yeah, works quite well. Anyway, moving on. Let's get to the unboxing then. Got this today because I'm sort of doing some other stuff on the workbench as soon as I've cleared the backlog. Hence the old 13-inch ring, mate. Oh, that would be sadness if you personally ended up with a 13-inch ring now, wouldn't it? Ooh, ooh, ooh. That would hurt. This one, though, just shines some light. And it has facilities for a phone. That's what we're going to have a look at. From Equitech. I got it from Home Bargains, $19.99. It's a tripod with obviously a phone stand on it. And with some 13-inch diameter light. Well, we'll have a look at that in probably another video. Gooseneck phone holder. Wonder why they called it a gooseneck. Yeah, so... Oh yeah, because geese have long necks, don't they? Of course. Why didn't they call it a swan neck, though? Why goose? Why not a giraffe neck? I've always wondered about that. Anyway, pan/tilt adjuster. Was it a frying pan on it? Probably not. Nah, pan and tilt. Means you can turn it around and all that fandango. Alright, 3 colour modes, which looks like white, off-white and yellow. Makes sense. Might have to make some changes to that if that light comes apart. There are reasons for that. Tripod adjustment knob. Ooh, wonder if the knob means it'll adjust that 13-inch. Ooh, that's interesting. Anyway, with phone holder, so we've got, includes 2-meter USB power cable with control and USB mains plug adapter. Cord control, power on/off, colour mode and brightness. That's interesting, because I might need that to do other functions. Right, that, I'm not sure if that cord is directly going to work with phones, but that's maybe a story for another day. USB powered, suitable for devices with a USB port such as a laptop, PC, power bank or USB charger. Funny enough, actually, with phones it will also work as well. Now you might be wondering, well, how the hell would that work with phones if it's USB-C? You get a USB-C adapter. Right, so USB-C to standard USB, I think is female, and it will work. Trust me, I'll cover that one probably later. Universal serial bus means exactly that. It's universal, so it'll work. Right. Technical information, light diameter is 13 inches or 33 centimetres, if you can see that. Component, 192 LED non-replaceable bulbs. Yeah, I think we'll have to see about that as well. 3 colour modes, warm white, white and bright white. Oh, okay, so it's not yellow then. Fine. Brightness is adjustable. Input power, 5 volt, 2.1 amp. Output power, 5 volt, 1.5 amp. Like we said, $19.99 from Home Bargains. And that's an Aquatac. Now, just before we get into this unboxing, I could build this myself quite easily for less than 20 quid. However, I don't want the time and hassle with that. And yes, I probably could have waited the extra time to have it dealt with by Amazon or order it on eBay. I could have got it cheaper, but with the recent bad weather, I think places have been having backlogs. Saw the opportunity and I thought, well, you know, what the hell, let's go for it. Alright, so there we are. Anyway, just before we get into this, fits most smartphones. Smartphone obviously not included. Wow, that's a shame. Right, image for illustration purposes only. Colours and contents may vary. What's that? Sizes are approximate. Well, okay, fine. We've got this CE thing. Made in China, so is that Chinese export? I don't know. Don't put it in a dustbin. There's a book with an eye in it, which means obviously read the manual. Well, you know me better than that. I don't do that. So, TJ Morris Limited, L11 OUA UK. Well, L11 I think is Liverpool. MaxiSave Pty Limited, 24 Bulwer Street, Maitland, NSW, Australia. So they a distributor. Who the hell are they? Don't know, but TJ Morris, not sure what their business is. Is that who Home Bargains are registered with? No idea. Could well be. Anyway, so that's it. Social media ring light. That's the front of it. Right, let's bust it open. I said bust the box open, actually, not bust the thing open. Actually, am I going to be able to get into this with fingers? Or do I need something a bit more substantial? It's got that stupid tape across it. Right, okay, so we're into that. Throwing this about already. Okay. 13 inches. Diameter could well be. Don't know. Bubble wrap. Okay. Seems plausible. And that, inside there, it's got some screw thread with 4 slots in it. We'll see about that. And that's obviously where the control is for it. So the idea is, straight away looking at that, you connect that light to some sort of kind of phone charger or some other convincing adapter. Might even power this up because it's long enough. That's certainly what it seems like. Let's see if we can get this stupid twist plastic wire thing off. get rid of that. And there it is. Okay. USB output. And there's a sort of flimsy control for it. Seems flimsy, but seems reasonable. Right. Okay. Non-replaceable lights in that. Apparently. Well, there's no screws on it. Quite why they've got this sort of stippled effect of plastic, I don't know. But there is a fixing hole there. You could, I suppose, hang that up on a wall. If you're into all beauty and stuff like that, maybe so. Just stump this and then we'll get on. Okay. What have we got in here? That was already open. That's going to be a tripod in it. Nope, get rid of that. Tripod don't seem too bad, actually. Undo that. That comes out. Oh gosh, okay. Ah, alright, fair enough. Fairly flimsy. That'll bend up quite nicely. And the tripod is joined together by rivets in it. How riveting. Nice. And that comes out. How far does that actually come out? Ah, right. Ah, cool. So, fairly substantially. Ah, cool. And packing it up. It's a case of that. Undo the middle part, and that'll come out. Not that far, that seems fairly reasonable. And then there's the whole top section there, which also comes out fairly far. Which also seems a little bit flimsy, but then again, you have to lock that down. Okay, so we'll tighten all this. Yeah, okay, that's fine. That's probably about 2 meters, give or take. Yeah, not far off. Close enough. I've not even undone that the full way, actually. Seems a bit scratchy, but whatever. Okay, and we've got some sort of connection on here. I don't know what that cap is for, if that's to protect the thread, or if you need that. Possibly you do. Let's get the rest of this out then. So there's a part of this. Adapter, more than likely. Is that it? Something else in there. Instructions. Don't need that. Nope, that's empty. Get rid of it. Removing this gives us, okay, a separate baggie. There's what looks like some connector and a universal fitting for the phone, which is sprung mount, and the other item that flew off, which is in this rather convincing cellophane, happens to be the adapter. Seems fairly reasonable. Might have to bust that open at some point. But, okay. Input, AC 100, 240. 50 to 60 hertz, about 0.36 amp. Okay. Output, 5 volt, 2.4 amp. TJM Limited, L1 OGA. Well, that was what was on the box, I do believe. There it is. That square there. Obviously means, I don't know if you'll be able to see that actually. This proves why I need the light. In fact, no, you won't be able to. But anyway, alright, fine. And then there's a picture of a house, which means for indoor use only. The infamous CE marking, which I'm sure you know what that means. And don't put this in a bin. Okay, cool. Get rid of that plastic bag. We'll turn our attention back to that in a minute. Of course, got the gooseneck thing. Oh yeah, that does bend. Cool. Let's get this open then. Infamous cellophane stuff. 20 quid though. Seems fairly reasonable. Oh, it's that sort of annoying sound this makes. That's the sort of worst thing you could hear if you were at a cinema or something, isn't it? Always that infamous person who's in the cinema with you who insists while you're watching a movie has to open a packet of fucking boiled sweets or some shit. Or the whole popcorn issue. Yeah, we've all been there. Not now in lockdown, obviously. But anyway, so that's where obviously your phone goes to. Don't know if I've got a spare phone around here. I think I did somewhere. Right. Yeah, I have actually. I've got an old Note 5. Is it Note 5? Some Galaxy Note 3 actually, I think that is. Let's see if it'll fit. It's obviously spring mounted. Cool. Right, so does it fit? Of course it does. Not bad. On the back side of that, I think you can loosen that so you can fit this to almost any position sort of within that range you want. And, oh yeah, so it is swan / gooseneck. Sweet. Okay. Just when you move it, you have to remember to retighten it, otherwise it'll fall off. Yeah, that could come in handy, I suppose. Even if the rest of this is garbage, certainly for a selfie stick, we could modify this for maybe to fit in a car or something like that. So you could have it wherever you sodding well need it. I'll be careful with that if you was to bend that one wrong way. Oh dear, you might. Let's screw with it. Okay, whatever. And then in this little baggie, infamous sort of ziploc twist lock thingy, whatever baggie you call those. I don't know the name for it. Whatever. Ah, right, okay. And that goes on there. There's like a swivel for that. Ah, right, okay. So that's how it goes. And then that goes on to that cap. Now come off. So that's another thing to lose then. Or not. So what's this? Okay. What's going on with that then? Oh, maybe I should have read the instructions. Or maybe... okay. Is there something else I've lost? Oh, well, there is instructions. Well, okay, that goes on that way. So how the hell is it meant to go on there? That's interesting. Maybe that goes. Ah, right. I've got you. I've got you. That drops out, and then you move that. Maybe. What the hell? Unscrew that and then fit that in there? What the hell? Let me just pause this and we'll figure this out 1 minute. Okay, right, gotcha. I was going about this completely wrong then. I forgot to factor in the light, didn't I? Yeah, okay, awesome. Did just briefly look at the instructions, which we now don't need. Right, that was me thinking it was completely universal in that regard. Probably could make it that. My idea was, well, yeah, possibly try and hook the phone to that directly. Yeah, no such luck immediately. Okay, let's just get this knocked down. Seems pretty okay though, actually. Seems fairly okay. Anyway, basically what happens here is now that you've got the base with that thing attached, you get your halo light, which, yeah, I suppose for me could be a halo. Then you screw that in there, like so. Still seems a little bit flimsy, to be honest with you. Yeah, okay, fine. Yeah, it's definitely a bit flimsy. I'm tightening that down. Let's see if that helps anything. Nope. What about that? Nope. Definitely still seems a little flimsy. Okay, and now we've got ourselves all tangled up. Let's try tightening that. Nope. Still flimsy. Let's tighten that down a bit more. Ah, that's better. Sort of. Looks like an oversized metal detector now, doesn't it? Great. Awesome. So does it work? Well, we'll get to that in a minute. Quite why there's a couple of other screw fixings there, I don't know. I've no idea why they've done that, but maybe it's for the positions on there. Let's remove the phone first. Yeah, before we subsequently bust the light. And this is obviously how it goes together. Okay. Oh dear. That does seem rather cheap, doesn't it? Oh wow. So you bend that too much at the bottom and you run the risk of snapping that completely out. But I suppose at least you've got a couple of other holes there. And that thing has also loosened itself. And it's now done that again. Oh dear. Okay. We'll double check that. Okay. What's going on with this then? Well, that thread is quite poor in that, isn't it? Okay. The threading in that isn't exactly what I would call the best. Could that be? What's going on there then? Right. Okay, that's interesting. When you look inside that hole, there's a small threading on that. And that end cap appears to push against some metal ball connector there, which graunches against a piece of metal and actually dents it. That's incredible. Well, mind you, it's pretty cheap. A professional tripod like this, by the way, would actually cost you a lot of money. But okay, can still make adjustments to that. Alright, fine. You can put the phone into that. Yeah, alright. I can sort of see how... Ooh, alright, that would work. Fair. Maybe not fair. Over tighten it maybe? Still sags, but maybe it shouldn't be moved around too much. Maybe it's designed... Oh, that's a bit flimsy. It's a bit... Yeah, alright. Fine. So that'll need modification then straight out the box. Let's test that light and see if it works. This could go wrong, couldn't it? How fun that would be. That's the adapter. Let's just shove that. Ooh, doesn't sound very good. Okay, fine. Yeah. Well, I can't really test that, can I? In fact, yeah. Let's just test that. Make sure there's sort of continuity across those two pins, because I don't really want to short the mains out, to be honest with you. Nothing on there. Let's do this here and see if actually what we're going to do is check to make sure that we don't get any nasty voltages across that when I plug that in. I don't want to find out the hard way. So, up across there. That. And certainly nothing there. So it would seem like it is isolated from the mains. Let's plug this in and test it. If this goes bang, then that will be a problem. We've plugged it in, and we have a blue light. So, there we are. Lit. Oh, it's actually quite nice. That's actually quite bright, believe it or not. That's actually not too bad. Do quite like that. And by pressing the down button means we can dim the LEDs as well. That's actually fairly okay. And we can turn the brightness up. Turn that down. Yeah. That's the sort of yellowy colour. It's white. Less white. Yellow. Yeah, I don't think you'll be able to necessarily see that on the camera, but that'll go near the workbench and it'll also be used probably in other videos. And then of course by pressing that power button turns it off. Okay, seems fairly reasonable with that. There's been no fire or explosions, unfortunately, so does sort of seem to be okay, but it's that gooseneck problem I might have to do something about. But £20, it seems reasonable, maybe. I don't know. Yeah. Halo. Yeah. Possibly. I could have it here. Maybe if I was doing other videos or on the workbench or maybe outside. But again, we'll have to adjust that. The good news is though, you can get other adapters for this, so it might be worth you looking at doing that. If you've got something like a GoPro, that would be probably the way to go with it. Use one of the adapters for that. Yeah, it could be alright actually. I don't know. We'll see. I'm now cheating a little bit, trying to remove that from there without actually removing the phone first. Making life difficult as always. But okay, 20 quid. Yeah, it's a bit better than the junk you would get off of Wish. Because with that you'd be taking a bit of a risk. At least this sort of does work. So the whole thing subsequently falls to bits. As I said in now, you won't really be able to see that unfortunately, but that's where it craunches in that metal. And that's just waiting to strip that thread. Yeah, that's not very good, that's not very good. Okay, so that's room for improvement. And they claim that those LEDs are not replaceable. I bet they are, because I can already get into that with just my fingernail. I bet they are. If I wanted to do a full teardown on that, I bet I could. I bet I'd probably bust it now, actually. If I have, I think we know